From the very beginning, back to 2012, Freightliner engineers were inspired to examine every imaginable angle to determine how they could design the new Cascadia so it lowered the real cost of ownership. They are passionate about leveraging the best of the best-selling truck to make it better. Designing for longer service life, lower maintenance intervals, better fuel efficiency, and improved ride quality are just a few of the goals of the new Cascadia. Employing process-oriented design, Freightliner established innovative parameters to ensure that components could be installed in a factory environment on a consistent high-quality level. With more than 800 engineers participating in the development of the new Cascadia, innovation became the hallmark of every discussion and every meeting. A crucial step in the development of the new Cascadia came from validation testing, in lab and in the field, summer, winter, and with lots of wet weather. During development, over 3 million reliability and growth miles were logged. It's as if the new Cascadia traveled around the Earth 120 times. The new Cascadia demanded Detroit because Detroit sets industry standards with rigorous testing procedures. The fact is, every engine and transmission component leaves the line having been tested to make sure it performs at the highest standards. Detroit engineers spend countless hours designing, developing, and analyzing every aspect of its engines, transmissions, axles, and Detroit Connect technology. Throughout the manufacturing process, new methods are deployed to ensure the highest quality levels. The Coordinate Measurement Machine, or CMM, is used to assure the cabin white is manufactured to the tightest tolerances for confirming cab squareness and hole alignment. Direct current or DC tools are used throughout the manufacturing process where proper torque is essential for nut-style fasteners. These DC tools allow for tracking historical torque values down to the individual truck. A new, more intensive water test is utilized that incorporates more nozzles, each with higher pressure which replicates real-world water intrusion. At Freightliner, the relentless pursuit of quality informs every aspect of our process, from design to testing to manufacturing, which means the new Cascadia is designed for quality, tested for quality, and built for quality. And the highest quality trucks bring the highest resale values in the industry. Visually, the new Cascadia is very different than the current Cascadia. The exterior follows modern design direction with dramatic contour lines flowing from front to back. The new Cascadia takes driver comfort to a whole new level. Freightliner engineers redesigned the Cascadia for driving in comfort and relaxing in comfort. It's a totally new experience that changes the driver experience and serves as a recruitment tool for attracting new drivers or retaining them. To improve the new Cascadia's interior sound level, we added an optional insulation package using 3M Thinsulate technology. The new Cascadia now offers more controls mounted on the steering wheel to change cruise control settings, activate headlight interrupt, sync Bluetooth phone, and cycle through the instrument cluster menu. This allows the drivers the convenience of keeping their hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. And most recently, we took a new Cascadia out for surprise ride and drives with CDL holders at a nearby truck stop in Portland.
Cruise control, transmission key. This is nice. Tire pressure monitor. This tell you when the tires is low, when it need air, like you don't gotta do nothing, but just drive.
Well, hello, my friend. This is really blowing my mind here. This table here, it makes you feel like home. There's so much room back there.
Your microwave, refrigerator, those are things that you need as an owner operator like myself, being on the road away from home that long, because I can always buy some stuff, put it in there. Instead of stopping at the truck stop and buying food, you can do that, you save some money. So the refrigerator, microwave stuff, that's good right there. That will help a whole lot.
It's really cool because I don't feel like I'm sitting down like this, which is how I feel in my truck. I can just barely see over the dash when I have my feet on the floor. I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so different.
The new Cascadia offers a variety of choices of sleeping and storage arrangements and is available with a new upper bunk telescoping ladder. Overhead aircraft-inspired LED ambient lighting includes a dimmer switch to customize light levels. This ambient lighting gives the feel of natural light inside the cab. The new Cascadia, the truck to drive the future, is here.
Oh, there is no comparison. No, it's so quiet and smooth, and it brakes really well, and I love the interior.
I wouldn't need a new car if I had this. I would drive this like it's my car. Like, I'll drive it to dinner. Like, let's go in the Freightliner, honey.
I'm David Hutto with Freightliner Product Marketing, and you may be wondering what I'm doing in my office without my computer. Well, you'd be wrong, I'm not in my office, but I'm in the rear of the new Cascadia, sitting in the driver lounge, and this is the optional driver loft. It has a table and 2 opposing chairs that fold down and give way to a Murphy bed that comes down, and you can convert that to sleeping quarters. So, wonderful option for the new Cascadia.
Hi, I'm Mary Oftenberg, Director of Product Marketing for Freightliner Trucks. Welcome to the new Cascadia and the new driver's loft. It's been redesigned and thought out with special input from drivers. We've got bracket for flat TV panels, a space for working, and in less than 15 seconds folds down where it's a bed ready to sleep. Larger space for microwaves, larger space for factory supplied refrigerator. We also can have an option where you can install your own even larger refrigerator, customer supplied. You're also going to see behind me a redesigned cargo shelf, very easy for bins or duffel bags to go in and out and bungee down. Additionally, we know that you need power options. Plenty of 12-volt options for you in the back of this cab. With the new Cascadia, we're delivering the opportunity to relax in comfort while on the road.
Detroit, Michigan. Launching point for the Freightliner Future of Fuel Efficiency Tour, a cross-country on-highway test of the new 2018 Cascadia, the latest milestone in Freightliner's ongoing pursuit of optimal fuel efficiency. The mission: an accurate objective comparison measurement and analysis of fuel efficiency over real-world road conditions between the new 2018 Cascadia and the 2016 Cascadia Evolution. The challenge: on a route from Detroit, Michigan to Portland, Oregon, covering 2,400 miles over 6 days and reaching varied altitudes as high as 8,600 feet, can the new Cascadia conquer the fuel efficiency crown from the industry-leading Cascadia Evolution?
Drivers start in 3, 2, 1.
Route development is a key to understanding the vehicles and their real-life behavior. We spent months trying to figure out the ideal route to run this test on, and we wanted something that was representative of our customers.
The team: Daimler Trucks North America engineers, drivers, independent test verification professionals, and other mission-critical support personnel, bringing unbiased measurement and analysis to the highway with a scientific approach to testing. The equipment: a high-tech array of real-time fuel efficiency data collecting sensors and computers designed to monitor the trucks throughout the journey and ensure accurate test conditions. A state-of-the-art mobile command center travel between the 2 test vehicles to maintain maximum telemetry connections. Matching to a typical hauling weight of 78,000 pounds gross combination weight, the 2016 Cascadia Evolution features an integrated Detroit powertrain consisting of a Detroit DD15 engine meeting GHG 14 standards, a DT12 automated manual transmission with intelligent powertrain management IPM3, and a 2.41 direct drive axle ratio. It also includes a complete Cascadia Evolution aero package with full chassis fairings, 5-inch clearance skirts, 20-inch cab extenders, and wheel covers. Operating at an identical 78,000 pounds GCW, the new 2018 Cascadia features an integrated Detroit powertrain consisting of a Detroit DD15 engine meeting GHG 17 requirements, a new Detroit DT12 automated manual transmission with intelligent powertrain management IPM4, a new Detroit drive axle with axle lubrication management, and a 2.16 direct drive axle ratio. The new Cascadia also features the AeroX package of aerodynamic enhancements, including a new bumper design incorporating a flexible low ground clearance air dam, a redesigned hood and grille, airflow deflecting mirrors, upper door seals, full chassis fairings with 4-inch ground clearance skirts, 24-inch side extenders, wheel covers, and proprietary drive wheel fairings. Daimler engineers and ATDS, an independent testing verification company, teamed up for a quality-controlled, science-based fuel efficiency study on the cross-country trip. ATDS certified the fuel consumption results from prep day through the final stop. The route from the Detroit engine plant in Michigan and through Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, Utah and Idaho to reach Portland, Oregon 6 days later was developed to accurately represent a typical over-the-road trucking run. The route provided a variety of grades and elevation, but more importantly, a representative torque profile for a more complete powertrain analysis over the course of the tour. Swapping drivers and trailers at mid-trip every day to prevent bias between units, the research team was careful to ensure identical trailers, matching every detail from weight and tires to alignment and trailer skirts. Experienced drivers, carefully vetted for the test, focused on operational unity, changing speeds at the same times throughout the route, accelerating, braking, and reacting to traffic in unison. With full tanks and equivalent mass every morning, supplying and distributing the fuel for each truck from the same source every night provided additional layers of congruity for accurate measurement. An inline flow meter incorporated all fuel measurements throughout the day for a more precise measurement of fuel usage. In the mobile command center, live data on vehicle speed, torque, gears, fuel consumption, and everything powertrain related was streamed from both trucks and analyzed in real time. Preparation was extensive, and the test team was 100% focused on accurately measuring fuel efficiency. At the end of the trip, the science-backed, independently verified outcome of the Freightliner Future of Fuel Efficiency Tour speaks for itself. The results? The new 2018 Cascadia consumed 8% less fuel than the 2016 Cascadia Evolution. The all-new Cascadia, designed for ultimate efficiency, tested for ultimate efficiency, and validated for ultimate efficiency. That's trucking down to a science.
The customer is in the center of all of our efforts. We listen a lot to our customers before we move. Why? Because buying a truck is for every single one the most important decision. It's our clear target to come up with the best possible solution. And that's efficiency, that's safety, that's connectivity, that is service, that is driver friendliness.
Precision. It's defined as the quality of being exact. Passion. It motivates us to excel, to reach new heights. At Freightliner, we believe you can't have one without the other. Beginning with design, continuing through testing, and influenced by customer feedback, the process includes technician input, review, and action.
I believe Cascadia is a key product and defines the Class A segment. It's the dominant vehicle in the market, and that's where everybody has to measure up to if they want to compete.
The new Freightliner Cascadia sets a new benchmark in the trucking industry in quality, uptime, connectivity, fuel efficiency, safety, and driver experience. The new Cascadia is designed, tested, and built for quality, and the highest quality trucks help bring the highest resale values in the industry.
Process-oriented design is essentially taking a very cross-functional group of people with our engineers, our plant personnel, even the line workers, our manufacturing engineering team, our quality service, all the people who ultimately will have some hand in the development of the truck, and getting those people together as early as possible.
As part of the robust research and development efforts, Freightliner makes sure that maintenance and repairs can be accomplished as quickly as possible.
Now we integrated on the passenger side, we call it electronic bay. It's a special housing where all the electronics are organized. So if something fails on the electronic side, you just take off the cover and the technician has everything he wants.
The new Cascadia will feature a new connectivity platform that will deliver customers the latest from Detroit Connect, the industry-leading suite of connected vehicle services, which help customers improve uptime and better understand fuel efficiency and driver safety performance. Every new Cascadia is always connected, ready to remotely deliver vehicle performance data and combine it with expert insights to turn that data into actionable intelligence.
Different components of the truck work together and get out of the combination synergies, a higher efficiency out of the truck.
For nearly a decade now, the Freightliner Cascadia has aggressively and consistently driven down fuel consumption, and the latest model offers even better fuel economy improvements.
Look at the old Cascadia. We knew we were excellent in aerodynamics, in fuel efficiency, but we wanted to go beyond and take it one step further. We gave ourselves a target of 5%, and we know we by far excel those 5%.
At the core of this fuel efficiency advantage are improved aerodynamics and an advanced integrated Detroit powertrain. With the new Cascadia, safety comes first, like active safety systems with the Detroit Assurance suite of safety systems, including active brake assist, adaptive cruise control, and lane departure warning, along with improved visibility and intuitive steering wheel controls. Driver experience is a vital element to successful trucking. That's why the new Cascadia was designed to take driver comfort to a whole new level.
We've made it a lot more simple, a lot more automotive, but also in the rear of the cab, when we talk about the lighting that we've changed inside of the truck, just to make it feel like it's more like home. And those little things will add up to reduce fatigue for the driver and ultimately make him want to drive the truck long term and demand the Freightliner.
A passion for trucking drives our company and our desire to help our customers achieve business success. Innovation is the hallmark of the collaboration between the Freightliner and Detroit teams. It's what we call trucking down to a science.
Being second is not an option. It never has been an option.
We have to have the best solution for transportation for our customers. This is our history, this is our present, and this product we are launching today is our future.
The new Cascadia was designed with serviceability in mind, with a specific focus on ease of service. The reason? When a truck is easier to service, it's easier to keep on the road. Freightliner engineers knew that improving serviceability on the new Cascadia would increase uptime. So they gathered input and feedback from 9 Freightliner dealer technicians who actively work on existing Cascadias. After all, they're the people who roll up their sleeves to work on our trucks every day. Techs who provided their input were asked in the design phase and then again in the prototype phase to examine the engineer's work in progress.
So there were 72 key points that we went. Each one of us had a document. We each checked each little category. And anytime that we found an area for improvement, the engineers that were working with us, they would come, they would document the pictures, and we would tell them what we recommended. And the improvements were just incredible.
Freightliner engineers responded to requests for an easy-to-service bumper in the new Cascadia. The result is a standard 2-piece bumper that can be easily removed from the vehicle within 2 minutes.
As a technician growing up, I always thought, things are so hard to get to. Our focus was the little things like, the bumper was not easy to remove. Today you can put it on one person, on and off in a matter of minutes, very simply.
Freightliner engineers responded to technician requests to centralize electronics into the interior of the truck.
Mainly with the eBay, that's where all your fuses are and relays, and it's now all in one module. And you can fold that module down, and right behind that is the eBay, where you've got all the different modules, and the connectors are facing out. So you can see the connectors. If you need to, you can back probe right there. It's very simple, very user-friendly.
Everything we do today is electronic, and now we have all electronics in one place. I think to me, that is the biggest game changer.
Freightliner engineers met with technicians to gather their input and opinions on ease of maintenance, highlighting areas for potential improvement. This approach to learning what could work better from techs on the front line with their hands on wrenches and diagnostic tools helped build a better truck.
I've worked on other brands, but they're nothing compared to what the Freightliner is. It's just been a great truck.
This is a completely different truck. It's revolutionary.
The new Cascadia's new instrument cluster unit, or ICU, is now the standard gauge cluster featured on all new Cascadias. It features a 5.0-inch thin film transistor, TFT display, where drivers are able to select what information they want that is shown on the display. Additionally, pop-ups will be displayed when the vehicle needs to communicate a message to the driver, regardless of what screen is currently being shown on the display. They typically display notices, cautions, or warnings as preemptive messages to the drivers. Drivers interact with the display screen using directional arrows and buttons located on the left side of the steering wheel. The back button allows users to acknowledge pop-up messages, as well as to remove and return to the previous display menu or card. The OK button allows users to interact with the display screen to make a selection or initiate an action. The arrows keys allow the user to navigate across the entire system. The left and right keys are the most commonly used to switch between the various menu stacks. The right side of the steering wheel has a cluster of buttons also. The Quick Access button allows users to quickly access screens including cruise control settings, engine idle adjust, and transmission settings. These fingertip controls help the driver with quick access to navigation features and focused tools to make accurate and timely responses. When navigating through the ICU display screen, the center info cards are broken into two components. The upper 2/3 of the card is the dynamic aspect. The lower 1/3 is static aspect. The dynamic upper 2/3 of the screen changes what is shown based on the driver's selection to be viewed. In the upper left area of the card, the vertical rectangles under the home icon indicate how many cards are available in the currently selected menu stack. In this example, the stack shown has 3 cards available to review. Using the up and down arrows, the driver can cycle through the cards in the stack at any time. So, depending on which menu the driver has selected, dictates the dynamic portion of the screen that will change to reflect those selections. The static lower 1/3 of the screen always displays the same information, regardless of what display the driver has selected. It includes adaptive cruise control, set speed, cruise control overspeed and underspeed, soft telltales, time, gear mode, and gear indication. These indicators are always in place regardless of changing cards in the dynamic upper screen area. When the vehicle is first started, the default screen in the ICU is the home card, with the trip and leg cards showing in the menu stack. The home card shows the real-time fuel economy, engine temperature, and voltage, and the trip and leg cards show miles, MPG, average speed, and time duration in each card. These are the basic information cards that default into the menu stack. It is then up to the driver to add and manage additional assistance screens utilizing the arrow keys on the steering wheel. Driver assistance screens provide feedback and information from Detroit Assurance 4.0 if equipped. Colors change on the dynamic graphic based on conditions including speed, following distance, and lane deviation. The display shows the current status of the vehicle in all conditions: current speed, current following distance, and current position in driving lane. If the conditions change and the vehicle enters a condition where a warning is generated, the colors on the screens change to warn the driver. Detroit Assurance 4.0 will autocorrect the condition to put the vehicle back to a safe condition. Depending on the vehicle specifications and programming, additional screens may be available. Setting screens are available to allow the driver to have digital gauges displayed with other pertinent vehicle information such as soot level, tire pressure, differential locks, and other vehicle settings. Certain screens allow for actions to be initiated. If an action is available, it will show right above the static portion of the screen. Additionally, the order of the gauges can be customized within the user settings. Optimized idle is an optional feature on vehicles equipped with Detroit engines only. With the vehicle parked, optimized idle reduces engine idle time by running the engine only as required. Optimized idle automatically shuts down and restarts the engine as needed to keep the engine oil temperature between prescribed limits, maintain battery voltage, keep the cab and sleeper areas at the thermostat setting, and in coordination with ParkSmart, if equipped, maintain the battery and assist in HVAC. The benefits of the system include reduced engine idle time, fuel savings, reduction of exhaust emissions and noise, increased starter and engine life, and reduced chance of dead batteries. With optimized idle integration into the instrument cluster, users can now simply control functionality with the steering wheel controls. Within the vehicle operation and setting screens, users can adjust optimized idle system modes. A soft telltale will appear in the main menu of the display to inform the driver that optimized idle is enabled. Notifications will appear on the screen and prompt the user of the system state, and menu navigation is completed intuitively with the OK button or directional arrows. The ICU in the new Cascadia includes 3 screens for maintenance and diagnostics. The Alerts card displays all active alerts for the driver to review. The Diagnostics card provides an ECU list and indication of active diagnostic trouble codes to review. The Engine Maintenance card provides the current engine hours total. Depending on the vehicle specifications and programming, additional screens may be available. Infotainment screens allow for the operation and control of audio sources like radios and external media devices, as well as telephone settings. This menu stack can be locked out if fleets prefer that drivers not use mobile devices while driving. Depending on the vehicle specifications and programming, additional screens may be available. User settings allow the driver to customize features like lighting preferences, unit descriptions, language, and gauge customization. An alarm clock is also available within this menu stack. When clicking on a setting using the OK button, an additional card will appear with the specific options and settings on it. After adjusting the setting, exit out of the card by touching the reverse arrow icon in the lower left area. Depending on the vehicle specifications and programming, additional screens may be available. The new Cascadia ICU provides the ultimate control and driver convenience in display screen maintenance. Having quick access to essential information at the driver's fingertips could make the difference in many scenarios requiring driver assistance. Remember, the driver is ultimately responsible for the safety of the tractor-trailer and establishing the proper speed for the conditions and terrain.
My name is David Hutto with Freightliner Product Marketing, and I'm really excited because behind me is the new Cascadia in the 60-inch mid-roof XT configuration. In addition to the 60-inch, we have a 48-inch and a 72-inch mid-roof configuration that customers can now spec on the Cascadia. This allows them to optimize the roof configuration based on their application and enjoy all the features and benefits of the new Cascadia. I'm David Hutto with Freightliner Product Marketing, and behind me is the brand new Freightliner Cascadia. I want to talk about the Aero X package, the most aerodynamic package we offer on this truck. One of the features in the very front is the low clearance air dam bumper. Continuing along the side, we have full chassis fairings. We also have side extenders up to 24 inches on the Aero X package. On the rear, we have wheel covers, and we also have drive wheel fairings. It's also important to note that all these features within the Aero X package, you can get a la carte. So if you didn't want the front bumper, if you don't want the drive wheel fairings, you can get it a la carte at your own leisure.
Hi, this is Greg Trinan, Sales and Marketing Manager of Detroit Connect. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about Detroit Connect suite of connected vehicle services. With Virtual Technician, fleets are notified within minutes when their vehicle experiences an engine or after-treatment fault event. Detroit Connect remote updates, exclusive to our new connected vehicle hardware on the new Cascadia, gives fleets the ability to change select engine parameters to improve performance. It also gives fleets the ability to accept remotely delivered engine and other powertrain controller software updates. Detroit Connect Analytics delivers fuel efficiency and safety performance insights, whether it be for a single trip on a single vehicle or for an entire fleet. Having this information at your fingertips helps you make the best decisions possible for your business, helping you reduce your real cost of ownership.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Karen Garrett. I'm a product strategy analyst. I want to spend a little bit of time talking to you about the Detroit Assurance suite of safety systems. The Detroit Assurance suite of safety systems includes collision mitigation, lane departure warning, and adaptive cruise control. The collision mitigation system is driven by the radar on the front bumper of the new Cascadia. Collision mitigation can provide partial or full braking to enable the driver to mitigate a collision. The lane departure warning system is a camera-based system on the windshield of the new Cascadia, and it identifies the lane markings on the road and can provide a warning to the driver when he's about to go over the lane. The adaptive cruise control is a system that allows the driver to determine a following distance he would like to maintain from the vehicle in front of him. The new Cascadia is committed to safety.
Hello, my name is Mike McCourse. I'm the on-highway product marketing manager at Freightliner Trucks, and I'm here to show you the aerodynamic benefits of the new Cascadia. The bumper has a new aerodynamic shape. When combined with our Aero X aerodynamic package, we include the low ground clearance air dam. The hood of the new Cascadia has more slope. Moving down the side of the truck, we've got the full-length chassis side fairings that provide great movement of air across the truck. We've got new push-button wheel covers that provide aerodynamic benefit without allowing air to get into the wheel cavity. And then lastly, we've got proprietary drive wheel fairings that provide additional airflow. The aerodynamic benefits of the new Cascadia help improve fuel economy on the new Cascadia by as much as 8% when compared to a 2016 Cascadia Evolution.
Hey everybody, this is Brian Major. I'm an on-highway market analyst. The new Cascadia is committed to the driver experience, and with that we have a host of features on the dash and steering wheel controls. We have a new instrument cluster with a 5-inch digital screen here. It's very easy to read, and we have a lot of information in there that the drivers can quickly and easily access. And to get through that menu, you can use the new steering wheel controls to do that. You can also control your phone, your Bluetooth phones, right from the steering wheel as well. And we have our cruise control settings and headlight and marker light interrupt here as well. On the auxiliary panel here, we have a new telematics prep area. You can quickly and easily reach your telematics displays. All of our multi-flex switches, air valves, and air switches in an easy-to-reach location, as well as the big bonus of a third cup holder. Driving comfort with the new Cascadia.
Every Elite Support location offers express assessment. This diagnostic process will provide an estimate of severity, downtime, part needs, and cost within 2 hours of initial service write-up, helping you make critical business decisions.
Express assessment helps customers plan their day out. It can tell them whether a truck's going to be in and out the same day or if they're going to have to reschedule their loads and plan ahead.
Express assessment, basically, you come in, they look at your vehicle, they start troubleshooting right away. You're not going to sit here and wait 2 or 3 days to have your vehicle looked at.
I had a customer about 3 weeks ago come back. They went to an independent shop and they ended up just throwing parts and parts and parts on. We were able to fully diagnose it. Within that 2-hour window, fix it, and they were out the door in about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So when you have express assessment, they call you and say, hey Mike, this is what we found, this is what we can do, and this is how fast we can get it on the road. Where other dealerships don't do that. They say, well, we'll get a look at it, and when they get a look at it, it could be 2 days. 2 days is a lot of downtime. It costs us a lot of money.
For maximum uptime, every Elite Support certified dealer participates in Mission Critical, a program that provides a customized parts stocking list for their local market.
Well, the biggest difference is part availability and amount of time that you're going to be there. When you go to the smaller or independent, they usually do not have the parts, so they have to order them and they get them from a dealership, where it would take a lot less time just to go to the dealership.
One of the things I really like about the Elite Support dealer here is they have more parts available than most places that I've dealt with in the past, which speeds up the repairs much quicker.
They're familiar with the issues that affect these vehicles, which helps them establish a inventory where your parts are available as you need them. You don't have to wait, less downtime.
Locate your nearest dealer at EliteSupportNetwork.com and experience a higher standard. Elite Support certification requires a dealer commitment to continuous improvement across 19 customer experience areas. Our network uses the 5S process to organize our facilities into 9 lean principles to promote efficiency, ensuring the best keep getting better.
5S benefits the customer in the fact that if our location is standard and organized in an efficient manner, it gets their trucks in and out faster. The technician doesn't have to bother going out looking for a tool and hunting it down, hunting for parts that we don't know the location of.
They were good when we came here before, but since they've become an Elite Support dealership, they've become much more organized. They can find what I need, get it done. My trucks get in, they get out quicker than they had been in the past. So it's made things a lot better for us all around.
Since we've become an Elite Support dealership, we have definitely seen improvements. We have found our own areas that we could build upon, and we have received feedback from our customers. They see that it's definitely making a difference.
Locate your nearest dealer at EliteSupportNetwork.com and experience a higher standard. Freightliner and Western Star dealerships earning the Elite Support certification deliver unmatched customer service and efficiency every time a truck comes in for maintenance or repair. Our entire network is trained to get you back on the road fast.
Elite Support has meant everything to my business. It's my security blanket of knowing that the trucks will be up and running, the drivers will be making money, which is very important for them.
I like my Elite Support dealer because they know me, I know them, they know what my needs are, they're very flexible with me, and they've always taken care of all of my needs.
The service that I get in this dealership, it's excellent. I wouldn't take my tractor anywhere else. And the reason that I changed to Freightliner is because of this dealer, honestly, so I'm very happy.
Well, Elite Support dealers get you in and out. Your downtime is a lot less. There's the parts department is involved in getting the parts to the technicians and everything squared away where your truck's back on the road.
Benefits of the Elite Support Network overall are the customer can go anywhere in the country that has that badge on it and get their truck looked at in the same manner. There are standards in place to ensure it happens. We have to recertify every year. People make sure that we're actually doing what it is we're advertising.
Well, the Elite Support dealer is going to have a lot better network of everything. Parts, service. There's a lot more support from Freightliner Western Star dealership versus the mom and pop shops. They're not going to get the help. They call us for help.
You're going to leave here with confidence knowing that your truck's done right because you have that relationship with the tech. You know he's been trained properly, and it's not a situation where you're going to go down the road and come back 20, 30 minutes later or 2 days later with the same issue.
When they pull up, we'll give them an express assessment, and within 2 hours, we can tell them what's going on with their truck, and that way they can make plans accordingly, and it helps them out a lot.
I had a customer come back, they went to an independent shop, and they ended up just throwing parts and parts and parts on. We were able to fully diagnose it. Within that 2 hour window, fix it, and they were out the door in about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
If you have a choice to go to a smaller place and their labor is a little bit cheaper than the dealership, your cost savings may be $400, $500. When your truck's down for 3 or 4 days, it costs you a lot more than $500.
Don't waste your money. Take it where it's going to get done right the first time.
Locate your nearest dealer at EliteSupportNetwork.com and experience a higher standard.
Left side of the steering wheel, we have main buttons that interface with the ICU, as well as the radio volume adjust up and down. For the main ICU controls, you have the 4 directional arrows, up, down, left, and right, with the center button being OK, and then the back left button being your back button. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have your phone answer button, your phone hang up. You have cruise control switches. On the right side, you have your resume, or increase your set speed, and then you have your set and decrease your set speed button. Both buttons will set cruise from any state that the vehicle's in. And then you have your cruise cancel button in the middle. On the top you have your headlight interrupt button, and on the left side you have your marker interrupt button. On the bottom right corner you have the quick access menu for accessing the vehicle settings menus in the ICU. To answer a call, press the answer button once, and then to hang up, press the end call button. To set cruise, you can either hit the set or resume button once, and that will capture the vehicle set speed at that point in time. By pressing and holding either the increase or decrease set speed button, the vehicle set speed will start incrementing in 5 mile per hour or 5 kilometer per hour increments. Same with decreasing. You can hold that and the set speed on the ICU will start to increase or decrease based on the button you're holding. Press the quick access menu button to bring up the quick access menu, and you can continually to press it to scan through the different menus you have. And then to make selections when you're in one of the menus, you need to use the right and left directional arrows on the left side of the steering wheel. To interrupt your headlights, press the headlight interrupt button. To interrupt your marker lights, and a single press on the marker interrupt light will have your marker lights flash 3 times. Answer a call, hang up. Turn the key on, go through the startup screen, which will sweep the gauges, do a full telltale test, and then you will come to the home screen, as we call it, in the display. The home screen gives you miles per gallon information, your average miles per gallon, and then you have an instantaneous. So once the vehicle is moving, it will tell you what your instantaneous fuel economy is. You also have underneath that your odometer, battery voltage, and outside air temperature. And that's a dynamic part of the screen that will change information as you go through the different menus. And then below is the static information that is always shown. On the right hand side you have your gear information for the automated manual transmissions. Underneath that you have a real-time clock. And then on the left-hand side, which isn't shown right now, will be your cruise control information and your Detroit assurance information for the forward-looking radar. If we scroll down, we go to the trip information, which gives us your mileage, your fuel economy, your average speed, and total time for that trip. And then you have the same information, but on the leg segment. The leg segment is a subset of the trip and can be reset independently by holding down the OK button. And that will reset, and you'll see that your trip information retains. You can do the same to reset your trip, and when you reset the trip, it resets both your trip and leg. So that's what we call the home stack. So you have your basic information there, and then you have your trip and leg on cards underneath. When we scroll one card to the right, you have a digital speedometer, which gives you a very easy view of your speed. You can dial into the exact mile per hour you want to go, or kilometers per hour if you want to drive in kilometers per hour. Underneath that we have what we call our driving assistance card, which shows all the information for Detroit Assurance. This shows both targets that the radar detects in front of you, as well as lane departure warning. And you can see the lane lines there. The lane lines, when the camera detects a lane line, will turn white, and then when the vehicle crosses over either lane, that lane will turn red, and you'll get the appropriate audio from either side of the vehicle, depending on which side of the lane you went across. And the screen here you will get for the forward-looking radar. When it detects targets, you'll get the speed of the target, the distance to the target, and then the time that the truck is to that target in front of you, to help the driver be able to understand, okay, how far away is that target, and do they need to take any action. This screen is populated regardless of if the vehicle is in cruise control or not, because the radar is always looking forward. You will get information populated here in cruise or not in cruise. And the target detection will also show up in the static display, which is down here at the bottom. You'll see the radar symbols to tell you that the radar is actively looking, and when a target is detected, it will be either indicated by the distance to target or time to target. We'll go to the next screen, which is kind of our vehicle information, and this first card here shows digital gauges. So on the left-hand side here we have our engine oil temperature, in the middle we have turbo, and on the right side we have transmission oil temp. All the gauges that are, all the digital gauges can be customized by the operator. They can either show more or fewer gauges depending on their preference. Underneath that we have the diesel particulate filter card, which gives you the status of your regen filter. And right now it's at a good level, which is indicated by the one green bar, and as the filter starts to load, this bar graph will climb and change from green to yellow to red, and once a red level's hit, that's a critical threshold. We've taken away the manual regen switch, which is normally a switch on the dash, and we've actually created a digital switch here in the ICU. So by pressing OK, the operator is presented with an option to start the regeneration, press OK, and when the driver hits OK again, that will initiate the regen. Now the normal interlocks need to be set to start a regen, which means you have to be parked, truck has to be running, and you have to be in neutral. If you don't have any of those interlocks set, it will not allow you to start the regen, which you're prompted here saying manual regeneration not allowed. Going down, we get to our tire pressure monitoring screen, which gives us by default the pressure of all the tires. In the vehicle we're equipped with 3 axles, your steer tires, and then super singles in the back, so that's why we only see 4 values in the back. If you're running dual tires in the back, then you would have a pressure for each one. By pressing OK, you can go look at each specific axle and get the pressure and temperature of that tire, and using the up and down arrows you can scroll through your axles and get the information for each one. So the axle lock screen here shows your inner axle and differential. This vehicle is just equipped with a differential lock, so you just have the one indicator on the screen. When you engage the dash switch, you will get an indicator in the instrument cluster indicating that that axle is engaged. When you disengage it, the indicator goes away, indicating that the differential is unlocked. The next screen is what we call the vehicle settings, and this is another way to get to settings that you can change in how the vehicle handles at any time, whether you're parked or driving. You can also get to the same information by pressing the quick access button, which is on the right side of the steering wheel in the bottom right corner of it. But to use this menu, you press OK, and then based on the setting that you want to change, you can scroll through and then select your option. So if we want to adjust cruise control, we can hit OK, and then we can use the right and left arrow buttons to increase the cruise control upper hysteresis. And then we can go down and increase the underspeed, which is for intelligent powertrain management. Now this is an option. These menus are optional based on if the customer wants these menus to be available or not. By hitting the back button, we go back to the previous card we were on, which is on the vehicle settings. You can go through the different menus here. If you want to increase your idle adjust, this is used while the vehicle is idling, So you start the truck up on a cold morning, you can bump the idle up to warm the cab up sooner or build up air pressure if the air tank pressure has decreased. Next stack is our diagnostics and alerts. This screen here will show you any active alerts you have, whether that be low fuel pressure or low fuel level, low washer fluid. If you have low air pressure in your vehicle, those alerts would be shown here. Next screen down is the diagnostics, where you can retrieve the fault information from the various ECUs on the truck. By pressing the OK button, you can go into the menu and scroll down through the ECUs. If there's a fault with an ECU, that would be indicated by a white triangle on the right side of the listing there. And so we have a fault here for the RDF, which is the front radar. And by clicking into that, it will give us the fault code. Next screen gives us the engine hours. Anyways, this gives you the engine hour information. Next card is the audio and phone card, and this will give you information from your radio. It will give you the radio station, and then by pressing OK for options, you can go in and change your source. So we can scroll through the different sources. We went to FM2, now we're on AM, and then we can go to the weather band channel. The radio has a rear aux input. If you have a Bluetooth phone paired, you would then have Bluetooth music as an option. You can go through here and scan through your channels. And then if you have presets, you can go through here and scan through your presets. So we're back in the audio stack. We talked about the infotainment stack. We're on the audio card, showing your radio information. When you connect your phone via Bluetooth, you'll see the battery status and the signal strength status, and then an option or a button for OK, a button for options. By pressing OK, you can go into the options, and here you can scroll through some different lists. So first is your missed calls, and you scroll through using the up and down arrows to navigate the selections, and then right and left to scroll through. You scroll through different numbers, and when you're on a number, you can press the call button on the steering wheel, and it will call that number. And you can see the Bluetooth or the blue icon in the display screen. Hey, I'm just filming some ICU stuff. All right, I'm gonna hang up. And then you can press the hang up button. So I just called my wife. So we can go back to missed calls, and then you have received calls, dialed calls, and then you have contacts. And your contacts are alphabetized, so you can scroll through here and select the contact that you would want to call. And then by pressing the call button on the steering wheel, you can call that person. So that is the Bluetooth stuff. We saw the indicator in the bottom there, and then it showed who you were calling and the call duration. Okay, the last card is settings. Here you can adjust your settings. You can change the dash brightness. If the dash brightness is too bright in the evening, then the driver can come here and dim it down by using the right and left arrow buttons to increase and decrease the brightness. And this dash brightness impacts the whole dash. It's not just the ICU, but all your gauges and switches on the rest of the dash are affected. In the lighting, you can change if you want the entrance lights to turn on when you get into the vehicle. You can also disable that if you're team driving and there's someone sleeping in the bunk and you get into the vehicle and you don't want to wake them. You can disable this so the lights don't turn on. And then you can also set a timer for how long they remain on for. So using the right and left arrow buttons, you can increase or decrease that time. Next is the units, and you can adjust all of the different units that we display in the ICU. So the first one is speed, so you can change that between miles per hour and kilometers per hour. And this is independent of the other display units. So if you change this to kilometers per hour, the other units will stay as is. There's no more, it's no longer just English units or metric units. You can change them individual. Likewise, you can change your distance between kilometers and mile, temperature between Fahrenheit and Celsius, and then your pressure between PSI and KPA. Again, you scroll through the different items using the up and down arrows, and then you make your selection using the right menu button. We hit back to go to the settings list. Here you can adjust the time, and you can change the format between a 12 and 24-hour format, and then you can adjust the local offset. You can select the language you want in the cluster, English, Spanish, or French. And the last one is custom gauges, and this is where you can go through and customize the gauges that are shown on the vehicle status stack. So I can go through here and say I want to have my forward axle oil temp gauge and instead of turbo boost, and I want to have trans oil temp here. By selecting OK and then hitting the back button to go out of the list, I can scroll back over to the gauges card, and I can see I have engine oil temp, trans oil temp, and then forward rear axle. So to recap, you have dash brightness, which is for the full dash. You have entrance lighting, your units, time, language, and then custom gauges. Press back to be able to select between the different cards. And then the last card is an alarm clock, where you can see the date and day. And then you can select your alarm clock. So using the up and down arrows, I can select the time that I want to set my alarm. Okay, so that automatically adjusts to the AM and PM. So say I want to set it for 6 a.m. I select on and press OK. And the alarm indicator is now white, indicating that an alarm is set, and it shows me the time that it is set for. If I want to turn off the alarm, I can go back into the settings by hitting OK, and then I can toggle the option to off and then press OK to confirm it, and then the indicator goes to more of an outline indicating it's off. So one more button I want to discuss is the quick access menu, which you can either get to by going into the vehicle stack and going to the vehicle settings, or you can press the bottom right button on the steering wheel, and that does the same thing. And by pressing this button, you can scroll through the different options for changing how the vehicle works. We already covered cruise control. Next is for the DT12 transmission only. You can enable and disable creep mode by using the right arrow on the steering wheel to change it between on and off. And then you can also do that for eCoast. The fourth option, which we highlighted earlier, is the engine idle adjust, which you can increase and decrease using the the up and down arrows on the steering wheel. Once the vehicle is running, each button press increments in 25 RPMs, or you can press and hold it until you reach the max speed of 900 RPMs. The fifth option here is for optimized idle. With the P4, enabling and disabling optimized idle is done solely through the ICU. By pressing OK, the driver can come in here and enable it. By default, cold startability and battery mode are turned on. The driver has the option to enable or disable interior comfort, which will keep the cab interior at a comfortable temperature, whether it's keeping the cab warm because you're in a cold climate or keeping the cab cool because you're in a hot environment. You can change that selection by pressing the right arrow button, enabling on or off, and then you can press OK to enable it. For the time being, I'm not going to enable it so the truck doesn't start right now. You can hit the back arrow to go out of that, And then by pressing the quick access menu again, you go to the first card in the stack, which is your cruise control settings. If the vehicle is equipped with adjustable headway control for Detroit Assurance, there would be a selection underneath underspeed that would allow you to increase and decrease the headway control.